If you're traveling to Japan soon and are thinking of exploring cities outside of Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, you need to know about this latest Japan travel update. Did you know that Japan Airlines is offering free domestic flights to international visitors from 13 countries? I'm Steve from the Fat Life Project, and in this video, I'm going to be covering absolutely everything you need to know about this latest news. And so without further ado, let's get into it. And if you're anything like me, your first question is probably going to be, why are you doing this, Japan Airlines? Like, what's the catch? Well, one of the major reasons for this is because the Japan government wants to encourage international visitors to visit other cities in Japan apart from the ever popular Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. I personally think it's a great idea due to the ever increasing Japan tourism numbers. But not everybody is eligible for this offer. In fact, as of the writing of this video, only 13 countries are eligible. And those countries include the US, Canada, Mexico, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, China, Taiwan, and Australia and New Zealand. Not to worry if your country is not listed though, as Japan Airlines has promised that this is not the final list and that more countries will be added over time. Okay, so you're from one of these eligible countries. The next thing that you want to know is, how do you go about booking this free flight? The first and indeed most important thing you will need to know is that you will need to book your international and domestic flight sections via Japan Airlines in the same reservation. To do this, you will need to reserve via the multi-city tab on the Japan Airlines website, as you can see here. And yes, that unfortunately means that if you've already purchased your international flight ticket, either via Japan Airlines or otherwise, you are not eligible for this offer. And that leads quite nicely into this next section, promotion, terms, and conditions. Like any offer, there is bound to be some, so let's go through them. By the way, if you are getting some value out of this video so far, do know that I frequently upload travel guides just like this one that you're watching right now that helps you plan not only your trip to Japan but your trip to cities around the world more effectively. If that is your vibe, I definitely recommend clicking on the subscribe button and join my small but still intimate fat family. Coming back to the promotion terms and conditions though, let's start with the fact that this free domestic flight is only one way. Yes, I know, but still, every little bit of saving counts when you're traveling, and the savings can really add up if you're traveling with a large group or even just traveling with your family members. The next thing that you're going to want to know is that only the first domestic flight section of your trip itinerary will be free. So for example, if you're flying in from Singapore into Haneda Airport in Tokyo before heading off to Sapporo, followed by Toyama City, the flight segment that will be credited as free will be the flight from Tokyo to Sapporo. This is then followed by the next thing you need to know, which is that a stopover fee will apply if you're traveling from the US, Canada, Mexico, and China. The fee is $100 if you're flying in from the US, Mexico, and Canada, and 300 renminbi if you're coming in from China. What is a stopover fee, I hear you say? Well, the stopover fee applies if you plan to stay at your first destination in Japan for a period exceeding 24 hours. So let's use the same example from before to illustrate. If I'm from the US, Canada, Mexico, or China and plan to stay in Tokyo for, let's say, 3 days before I head off to Sapporo, then the stopover fee will apply. However, if I decide to head off to Sapporo pretty much straight away after I land in Tokyo, then I will not need to pay the stopover fee. And just in case it is not clear, if you're from the other 9 countries that are currently eligible for this offer, this stopover fee does not apply to you. You can stay at your first destination for as short or as long as you wish without paying any additional fees. And also, whilst the domestic flight ticket is free, you will still need to pay any associated taxes. This next one isn't so much a terms and conditions, but more of a benefit if you take up this offer. And it has to do with baggage allowance. The international baggage allowance, as you can see here, are 2 luggages weighing 23 kilos each if you're in economy or premium economy class, and 3 bags weighing 32 kilos each if you're flying business or first class. Whereas the domestic luggage allowance is much lower, at a maximum of 20 kilos for economy and premium economy passengers, and a maximum of 45 kilos if you're flying in business or first class. However, If you are flying in internationally to take this domestic flight within the same booking, which you will be when you take up this offer, then the international baggage allowance applies to you. Okay, this sounds like a fantastic offer, Steve, but I honestly have no idea where to go to apart from Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. I hear you say, don't worry, I got you. Japan has many fantastic cities to offer, and the Japan Airlines flies to 58 cities in Japan. And so if you're after some ideas, here are some suggestions. Let's start with Sapporo. It is a fantastic choice for a few reasons, the most obvious being its beer culture. Yes, that's right, Sapporo is home to Japan's oldest brewery. You can visit the Sapporo Beer Museum as well as enjoy a tasting and beer hopping around the local izakayas. While you're drinking beer though, don't forget about the food. One thing that is a must try here is the Sapporo style miso ramen. Another city worth considering is Hiroshima, which is known for its poignant history and beautiful memorials. The Peace Memorial Park and Museum in particular provide insight to the atomic bombing, whilst the nearby island of Miyajima, accessible via the mainland by ferry at Miyagi-Maguchi Station, offers stunning views of the floating Torii Gate. And if you love Wagyu beef, going to Kobe, Japan is an absolute must. I mean, imagine being in a city where every single steakhouse is gonna be serving you high quality Kobe beef. While you're there, don't forget to also check out Kobe's famous Nankin Michi, aka Chinatown. It is one of the largest Chinatowns in Japan and offers a rather unique, lively atmosphere that is worth checking out. Apart from that, Kobe is also part of the Hyogo Prefecture, known for its high-quality sake. So be sure to also visit the local sake breweries in the nearby Nara district to immerse yourself in the sake making process as well as sample different varieties. There are of course other things to be aware of before your upcoming Japan trip, which is why I have previously done a first-timer's guide to Japan video that contains everything that I learned whilst researching for my trip, as well as lessons that I had to learn the hard way whilst I was there. I definitely recommend you watch that so you don't end up making the same mistakes that I did. I've linked that video at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found value in this video. It really does help in appeasing the YouTube algorithm gods, but more importantly, it just makes my day as a content creator. And if you got to this point of the video, thank you for watching. I really do mean it when I say it means absolutely everything. I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead or that you've already had a good day. As always, I will see you very soon in the next video. Ciao!